we should talk about at some point in the pod is like we need to have a little bit of like a reflection like section. We've had so many good, oh, that's gorgeous. We've had so many amazing guitar players that now every time I pick up a guitar, like I think about these dudes. Like this is better for us, I think, than them.
It's really good.
Oh, that's gorgeous, dog.
This is the gold foil preset on Mateus Asato's Neural DSP plugin.
This tone makes me want to like breathe in and just like. This is the cool thing with these plugins is it will give you a different relationship with your guitar every time you switch the plugin.
That's a good point.
Like with this guitar, when I was playing it just the other day, I was playing it kind of more rowdy, chicken picking, and now I'm in this, is that called position 4, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm in this position 4, which I always like kind of go for the quintessential strategy.
Sure.
But it makes me...
A little meat on it too.
Ooh, there's a little meat when I turned it up. That's gorgeous, dude.
Yeah. Use the code no cover charge, get a nice discount on any Neural DSP plugin, excluding John Mayer.
John!
But you know, maybe one day. You never know. Just keep checking back.
Always wanted to play lace. Try some out. I'd love to play that today.
You will.
Oh, dude, yeah. I've never played lace sensors before he got that guitar. Wait, it's a 89?
89.
89, yeah.
Yeah, these are, the pickups are worth more than the guitar, I think.
Yeah.
Are those like red, white, and blue too?
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
I have a set.
You do?
Yeah, unopened.
Oh, wow.
Is there a format you guys pursue, or?
We pursue no formats.
We have no formats, dude. We just go. He's like an editing genius.
Oh,
and
good.
He's gonna make you look like the Superman of.
Who do you want to be? You want to be Thanos? You want to be the Flash? You want to be?
Yeah, I love Tony Soprano.
Oh, he's a hero.
He's both. It's kind of like that's something about that Bob Dylan biopic. He's both the antagonist and protagonist.
Yeah.
Love those characters.
Me too.
Yeah, Tony Soprano strikes me as that too. You know, he's a total maniacal murderer.
Yes.
Still a family man to some degree, loves his kids. You know,
Yeah,
doesn't
you
have
have
his
that.
wife, but
You don't know why you're rooting for them because they're so terrible, and yet here we are.
they're so like me.
But music biopics, you mentioned that the Dylan one. I just saw that one recently. You can always tell when musicians are the ones coordinating things, like when they were coming together in the studio in Bohemian Rhapsody. And I was like, oh yeah, this feels like a band. And then other movies, it feels like they might have just typed this into ChatGPT and said, what do musicians do?
Well, dude, I saw this one movie.
Yeah.
It was like years ago. It was like Hendrix, and
Oh yeah.
there were parts in there where I was like, yeah, this was like directed by someone that's like never been around.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Because like at one point he was playing right-handed guitar.
Oh, really? He was playing
like,
right-handed?
Dude, he was playing like.
Was that the guy from Outkast?
Yeah, but they were
Was
doing
the
like
actor?
Purple Haze.
Yeah.
And I remember like they're playing the riff, and he's up there like, and I was like,
Oh, come on.
what the dude? At least make it look like he's like playing. Like,
That's
Wait, isn't that
hilarious.
what JD did in the Bruce biopic?
yes, dude.
Yeah, you would be great in that role. Both of you guys.
Oh yeah,
would
we
be
could
fantastic.
take
in a
our
role
talents
like
to the
that.
silver screen.
I mean, yeah, JD, someone I would love to get on here. Shout out to JD. He's done a bunch of stuff with all the biopics and
JD always he was the first musician that turned me on to the idea of specifically listening to records for something. Like when he told me about the Beano album, I had never thought to listen to records like for something like that. JD has a remarkable skill of being able to play things note for note, and he told me about Whole Lot of Love with the
Oh wait,
Yes,
I didn't know that.
you're pushing it up? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We were talking about that like a week ago, and I was like, isn't there like a weird... There's like a rub. It's always amazing when players do learn things note for note. He was one of the first guys I heard like nail that Eric Clapton thing.
Dialing in the nuances of players' fingers. Where do you stop with that though? Like
Yeah,
when
that's
do
a
you
good
become
question, yes.
them and you're like, what am I doing? Who am I?
Right, you were you all along. That was I've learned. I feel like I've learned to believe that recently.
Okay.
I studied JD when I was 14, 15, 16.
Were you doing that over at the... Was that at Western World?
Yeah, Roberts.
At Roberts?
And I remember seeing him go through phases. Like I remember the Mike Bloomfield phase, and he was telling me about Newport and Paul Butterfield Blues Band. And then he would show me like this. I remember one time they were doing Ghost Riders, and they would go Ghost Riders in the Sky. And they would go into this break section. And he was doing, I remember, because it sounded a little bit like Norwegian wood to me. He was like,
Ooh.
he told me about that scale. And then in between songs, he would hit like these, like, if you ever listen to the Grateful Dead tune on their live recordings, you can hear Jerry always picking out something. And I remember being really young and hearing JD go, I was like, where'd that come from? You know?
Yeah.
And then he told me about, you know, live at the Regal, and then, you know, the different eras of Clapton. And it usually stopped at the Strat era, I remember, where most people me with Clapton, though.
That was a Clapton line?
There's a 90s Clapton record, Passenger, I think, or Pilgrim by Eric Clapton.
Clapton, Hendrix, you know, like all that stuff. Was the country thing like really heavy set in? Or?
That was hearing JD. It was hearing him on the and then the solos, that stuff, and then all the major mixing the minor with it was such a whirlwind of a sound. And he was playing through Blackface Deluxe that had just the perfect amount of breakup, like no pedals.
Just straight up.
Yeah, but that's like
that's danger, dude. If you're doing
that's a certain kind of horse to wrangle.
Oh yeah.
And he was on it. Like he was Buffalo Bill.
I'll tell you what, man. Whenever I see a player, I think I might have said this before. Whenever I hear a player that knows their instrument and they know their guitar, like the touch and the tone, but also they're just like plugged straight into like old school gear, like whether it's like a cranked plexi or like a blackface, whatever it is, and they're wrangling it, that's a dangerous person right there, man. So back then,
dangerous.
Did you do that? Were you doing?
I was dangerous at a young age. They called me Dangerous Dan down there.
Did they really?
Checks out.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. I remember seeing you down there.
Yeah, that was your...
Oh, yeah.
Was that like your first kind of regular gig, Robert's Western World on Broadway? Or
yeah. Before then, I had like a regular round I would make. And I learned so much from all these different musicians I was able to play with in that time. And James Mitchell played at Roberts on Saturdays before Don Kelly would play. And he was playing with Monty Good at that time. And James was doing brilliant bebop lines, jazz lines, and outside stuff over Western swing.
Cool.
Song like Ida Red or something like. And then like all this Jerry Reed stuff he was doing, like the Southern Nights, yeah. that Jerry
that's
Reed
so
riff.
sick, dude.
So great, the counterpoint Jerry Reed stuff. Well, this is how it all ties in. You know, James would take that. But he would go.
Stagger 'em.
That's one of those licks that makes my eyes cross.
It was all through the Don Kelly band, because JD Simo played with Don Kelly, Red Volkart, Johnny Highland. Yeah, Brett Mason. If I've already said Brett Mason, I should say it twice. Yeah, because I learned all those players, and then a ton of other players that people might not know. Danny Muhammad and Rod Riley, Porter McClister also played with Don. And Luke McQuarrie is now playing with Don, because the Don Kelly band had this amazing catalog of songs. And then all these just brilliant guitar players that would be around for 3 to 7 years at a time, you know. And they all had their own takes on things. And all these videos came online. And I remember when I first started hearing Luke play, and like he did exactly what I did in his way, and he does it beautifully and viciously and persistently. But he learned a lot of those riffs that differentiated everybody. And all the while, I was also just obsessed with old time country music, because the first night I played on stage, I went home that night and I started learning about who Roy Nichols was and James Burton because of Merle Haggard, you know. New strings. So
You're good.
That kind of.
Dude, that thing sounds great.
Yeah, thanks.
What is going on with that axe there?
Well, right now, physics.
You got new strings. That's about all I know about it.
10 to
Dude,
46.
was that toned through the humbucker?
That's single coil.
Yeah, I was gonna say that thing sounded.
These are coil taps functionally, but they tap to an overwound single coil.
Cool.
Interesting.
Which is what you want in a single bridge telly, you know?
Yeah.
Or
you
in
wanna have
a
that
bridge
extra.
telly sound. And ultimately, all the overwound neck pickup telly sounds point to a humbucker solution, like i.e. Danny Gatton with the Charlie Christian stuff. I mean, Roy Buchanan probably has the best neck pickup tone on a telly that I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of that horsepower is also coming from the wattage of those, I think, the twin reverbs he was playing through.
Crank,
really
dude.
loud, yeah. Don told me stories about back when Merchants down on Broadway was, before it was a restaurant, used to apparently, I was never there, but said he went and saw Danny Gatton play there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he said it was so loud, like literally nobody could stay in the room.
Literally, everyone's just watching from like outside or listening.
They're like, yeah, that's pretty good, I think.
Yes, this is Dan Neefsey, DGN Guitars, and this is the
That's your baby, right?
Epoch. Yeah, it's a guitar baby.
Guitar baby.
Yeah, it does differ from a standard telly in a lot of ways. At my time down at Roberts, I played a Journeyman telly, a seafoam green one. I
remember that one.
Brought them here today.
Oh yeah, I remember that guitar, bro. Yeah.
That was very much a traditional telly, aside from one modification of the bridge, where I did a double cut on the walls, which is what Don Rich did on his tellies. So you can really. Because it's different, you know. It's just on that telly, it's like a Model T, something like that. The design of it was brilliant in its simplicity and also in its innovation, tradition, and dynamic and accountability to come down onto the player. That's where I first discovered that was with JD, and I saw all the different ways you can make a telly sound. As it is in its initial state, it's only so dynamic.
I see.
Especially when it comes to effects that weren't as popular in guitars when the Telecaster was released.
Mm.
And humbuckers have a great versatility for one reason or another. So Cosmic Country was the inception of needing to evolve where I was. And Dan came in with the timing of an angel. It was perfect timing, and he was just the guy to hop on the phone with for 3 or 4 hours and talk about different tele bridges and talk about what is it that sounds so great when Danny Gatton's playing through Joe Barden pickups, you know, in relation. And then I see JD play, and he just has standard tele pickups, and that's in a legendary tone. So really getting in on it with him, and because the tele sound is a sound.
Yes. What would you describe it in one sentence? What is the tele sound?
It's American.
It's the sound of America and the sound of like American.
It just sounds like a bald
music.
eagle.
Yeah,
It can.
even the chicken, the same, even the art form, the actual like translation of some of those right hand banjo techniques to guitar via James Burton. George Gruen was telling me at one time the tele was designed, the original design of the Leo Fender pickups were designed for flat wound strings. James Burton at the time, prior to his conversations and designs with Ernie Ball, he was putting a banjo string on his tele.
Oh, yep.
Right, so you could get an unwound G. So even like fundamentally, you know, Ernie Ball is a fantastic company. You know, I love them. I've worked with them since I was 18 years old.
I think we crossed paths at the very first NAMM show I went to, and you were playing in the Ernie Ball booth. I think it might have actually been in Nashville, back when they had him in Nashville.
Yeah.
And I was like, that dude rules. And then I didn't see you again for a while.
Are you still rocking Ernie Balls?
Yeah,
then?
you're an Ernie Ball guy
Forever.
still. You're on the back of those strings?
For life.
Dude, I like how you kicked in the like sub bass at the end. Oh, was that another Source Audio? Whoa, I need that.
Yeah, this is the one.
Oh, can I play that?
Absolutely.
Dude, that's gnarly.
Wow, yeah.
Hey, you might need to go get one of those.
I gotta
bro.
get one of those.
It's great for fat, funky stuff down on the edge there.
Yeah, you get that low octave, but it also snaps.
It doesn't like get muddy. It's great. Like this pedal has a million things, but I really only use it for this.
Right.
And I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tape the knobs right there.
Well, I mean, there's a point where you start. Stuff's so cool now that, like, yeah, you can get lost in the sauce quick, man.
I always took that from thank you.
Oh yes.
I remember one time I was at a session with James when I was really young, and Tom Bukovac was there, and he had gotten. That's when the M6s and M3s were kind of new, and within a year, I saw them go on everybody's board, you know, and it was all the wet effects kind of got delegated. It's like, okay, we can digitize those, you know, but like overdrive and stuff like that, like that all runs through my tube amp as does my compressor and my reverb. And so that's like a stake to me. And then everything else runs into a stereo wet channel into the house and in our ears.
Because there's no effects loops in old amps, or some Fender amps, some Marshalls don't have them. Like some people don't like effects loops in general in their amps. So
I've never, I don't think I've ever been in an environment where my efforts with them, with how much of a hassle it was at the time.
Yeah.
The dividend wasn't large enough.
Yeah, you weren't getting any return.
Also, I feel like with like overdrives and things like that, they just react different straight up.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Even it could be the pickup or the amp. Like that sounds a little different than. Like the way this pedal responds to yours versus this one, it'll sound different. So there's a lot of things to consider.
A ton. And John Mayer, like the Archetype plugin, apparently the response is similar to that of an analog. But I do know, like, I've had the same Pro Reverb since I was about 16 years old. And it just sounds better when I'm not running a bunch of.
Yeah. I just got one.
Yeah, I was about to say, you just got one.
Literally, that's why I'm looking at it. Yeah.
And it's weird because not always, the Pro Reverb, I think I got the best sound out of it when it was at like 4.5 or 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, all amps are very different, and they all have like a sort of set it and forget it mode that then people work away from to find their own little slice, but we all end up gravitating back towards the center of like what's awesome about it.
Yeah, well said.
When I plug into certain amps, like let's say it's like a Plexi or something like that, right away sometimes my instinct is I'm like, oh wow, I'm really naked. And it's almost like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then it's like you have to learn the amp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my first instinct is like, well, let me put an overdrive on it. Or like, you know, to like boost the front end. And it's like sometimes it's like, no, just get comfortable with what that is.
Just make this note sound really good.
Instead of being like, let me throw like 6 pedals on it right away to get like away from what's freaking me out.
There was one night right before I started full time with Don. There was a transitionary period when JD was still doing some shows and Don played 5 nights a week down there. And I got a call to go in. I was already downtown and I wasn't called to play, you know, so I didn't have any of my gear with me. But I went down and Kenny Vaughn was playing the shift before I was, and he was kind enough to give me a really cool telly that had what looked like a Strat Net pickup in it and a standard telly bridge and his Princeton reverb. And I was used to playing that gig with Don on a Pro Reverb, you know? And so I say all that to say that I very much relate to that. That's the thing, is like the necessity of the moment. What you really need is very little.
Yes. Like if we need to go, like we can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very easy now though. You could just bring a Helix. I use the Helix for my acoustic board live, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
How easy that is. Like,
yeah.
And it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
You know? So
how does it
different time.
How does it work into I'd like to talk about some of your music, and you just got back from a tour.
Yeah. We're always playing new songs all the time. And before the songs get recorded, historically, every song has been played several times, like at least 20 times.
Cool.
Get the vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you play it? You know, I have to play a song live sometimes 3-5 times before I ever become aware of how hard or how not hard I'm playing.
Right. No,
and to really dial in on a rhythm part that works in the chorus, you know, while you're singing. You know, and the road is these tours are such blessed opportunities to be in a exploratory state, you know, especially with a lot of the composed stuff we do. And
is there an example of a song changing from when you wrote it to what it became?
Oh yeah, Dance in the Desert.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Do you remember like how it started and where it ended up?
Yeah, it started on acoustic guitar. You know, the way we play a song as guitarists that we write is different than how someone who maybe is playing keyboard is writing a song, or somebody who knows enough chords to sing out a song, but they're not going to be cutting guitar on it if they were to cut it, you know?
Yeah, that's a real staple of your rhythm playing, is that very It's not thin, because that tone is light, I would say, but it's thick.
Yeah, you have a really distinctive.
It's really, and you put the phaser on there sometimes with that effect. And I don't know if cosmic country is a genre, a phrase that you made up, but I associate that only with you, and it is a genre. I thought it was your band, Cosmic Country.
Yeah, it's a little bit
but it's a genre that you play.
Yes.
That brings people together in a modern way. It's psychedelic, man. It's got all the elements of live music that I love, and it's participatory with the crowd, and I love it.
Thanks.
I feel like it's like modern American jam band music. And I say jam band in a really fucking great
jam band is an honorable
But I mean
term.
that in like a communal way.
Yes, exactly.
It's very unifying. Communicate and the word community they have the same prefix.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that starts before we communicate anything, even musically. It happens in the arena of our mind. And then what proceeds from that is an action, whether it be a communication with a note or a word. And that's how we tell our story to the world and hopefully unify with one another, just as we are here today. The thing that's like so psychedelic to me is that it's within the music, all the unity is happening. It's this communal experience that everybody gets to be a creator and a witnesser of at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I say a lot to say, when I started getting in environments like that, I needed humbuckers.
So I'm gonna need some humbuckers for the commune here.
Humbuckers for this.
In an overall middle pickup,
Yeah.
But part of something that's very interesting to me is Trey Anastasio in like 94, 97. There's like this. Shout out to my friend Ed Meyer for telling me about this. I got a wah pedal in the last year or so. And I never used wah. And it was this weird thing for me. It was like I identified as like, I don't do that.
Yeah, wah's like it's a vibe.
Trey and what he's doing, my friend Ed turned me on to some great wah recordings, but it led me down a YouTube rabbit hole where I was like, what's this guy's right hand look like? Like it's so chill. And it just sounds to me like he's almost holding, if I were to hold the pick to single note with a single note intention, there's going to be about that much. It sounds to me like when he's playing rhythm, it's almost like he's hunkering down on it.
It's like mostly thumb flesh.
Yeah, you're hearing like finger sound or something.
All the cowboy guitar and Western swing guitar I saw down at Roberts, this is still on Rhythm Land, like the Bob Wills stuff.
No, it's you can feel it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but there's like this extra thickness to it or something. Maybe that's what I hear in your playing.
I love rhythm. I think about rhythm so much. It's what excites me the most now about guitar is rhythm. Krungbin, Mark Spears, I believe. His rhythm playing is
otherworldly.
Oh yeah,
he's
so cool.
And Corey
Wong, yeah.
And on the whole bluegrass side of things too, because that allowed me to discover the heritage of where all the walking Luther Perkins, Hank Thompson lines. Yeah. So like you might say you had to turn around and like you could also go 1, 2. And it's like, yeah.
It's like an extended turnaround that you're teasing.
All that like chromatic rhythm or melodic implication.
Yeah, because great rhythm guitar playing is sort of melodic by nature. Because great rhythm on guitar in particular, you can hear each note of the chord, and then it allows you to discern little melodies out of that. Like just what you were playing. There was no soaring melody, but there was a lot of melodies happening within that. And I think that's what constitutes great rhythm.
Well said.
Yeah.
It's almost like you have these beautiful paintings in here, and they're all in different squares and rectangles. I look at rhythm as that framework. So it's like all those pictures they share something, is that their frame is similar. It's at least the same shape to some degree.
Yep.
But it's the content within, which is what I equate to lead melodic information. Bob Weir, you could listen for a lifetime curiously and hear different nuances in his playing all the time. It's like when people say they go and watch a movie, it's like, oh, I didn't see that time. It's like the 5th time you've watched Wolf of Wall Street, and you're I didn't know. That's how Bob is. And Bob is a lot like Eric Johnson in the sense of where he might take a G, and then they'll work on the inversions of it by placing the 3rd and the 5th in a different part of the voicing. So if I have my G, D, B, my 1, 5, 3.
Spread voice triads.
You're right. Which is also very similar to what Eldon Shamblin was doing with Bob Wills. So all those themes are all influences of mine, and I feel like. Plus, I love Corey. I love Trey in the way that they can just do a pocket rhythm where the guitar more or less is simulating something likened to a clavinet effect,
Yeah.
And in the Western style, Ranger Doug, and the guitar is simulating a snare drum, but almost in the sense like the way a mandolin would.
Sure.
Right? Because when those songs were being played, they didn't have drums with sing-along songs yet. So they needed some 2 and 4. So there's a lot of potential in combining that cowboy, back in the saddle again.
I love that Aerosmith song.
A friend is a friend. Where the lonely tumbleweed down, 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 down. Back in the saddle again. Like, if you take that and you combine it with a wah,
it's an entire sound.
And then like the whole Jerry Reed claw thing. That's the thing within the parameters of country and cosmic. Like, love it. I love rhythm.
The claw. Have we ever actually defined the claw? Because it looks, your hand turns into a claw. That's where it comes from.
It's like honky tonk piano.
Yeah.
It's like an attitude, man.
The claw is just an attitude.
It is. And Johnny Hyland has like one of the best.
Oh yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like you can do that over so many songs, and it's very similar to different. It's the attitude.
Yeah.
Where's your music theory knowledge versus your learning by ear knowledge? Where do those two worlds intersect?
It happened at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, it was great timing. I remember like the first song I learned by ear was like the day after JD told me to do it, and it was get rhythm when you get the blues. Hey, get rhythm when you get the blues. So, I literally remember that week I was in music theory class, and that song's in F, and we were working on the bass clef with like doing voice leading and reading all that, and all really great timing. I started formulating, what F to B flat is, in a descending, ascending sense. What the relationship is there, how you can manipulate it. If you want to do a 4 minor, you do a flat 6 substitution.
We just had a guy, Kent, on who knows, I think, every bit of music theory.
Yeah, he loves it.
Probably.
I know some people who don't know 1 ounce of music theory, who are equally masterful musicians.
Yeah.
So I've never been compelled one way or the other. I just find whatever excites me. If that seems to be theoretical, then I'll go down that hole. But I don't think there's a one size fits all.
If the design of your mind has the potential to indulge in that, then, you know, you want to make sure that you keep it balanced and worship the right part of the music, which I think is always the human spark.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like our buddy Joe Bonamassa, like he's 13 playing on TV. It still moves my soul. And all these years later, still, like every time I've heard him play, it touches my soul.
Yes.
Right away. It's like, and I remember him through, you know, doing rig rundowns when he had the Buddha amps, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Growing up, there were some players JD, like at the time, didn't know a lot of like superimposed lines like that. I've talked to him about this since then. It was something he started pursuing once Simo started, which was his first project after Roberts. We started learning more theory and doing altered scales and things like that. But I remember he was playing from from a language that he never had to learn. You know, it was just in him and it had to get out. And it got out into the world, and it was so inspiring to me. And there were other players that were older than him, you know, that had been on Broadway for a long time, played in bands, and they would go in and kind of watch in the back. You know, like, you don't play it till they like.
Oh, that's the Nashville. The Nashville pose is this.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh man, just last night, like I'm playing with my buddy Graham Lash at the Capitol Theater this Thursday and Friday.
Amazing.
I get to dive into some brilliant Dead songs. So where else can I do that?
Yeah, cool.
Right. So and one thing I also try to do is I try to remember that. Really, I remember this so clearly. I was 12 years old in my childhood bedroom, and I was playing through a little custom 10-watt amp, and I had a Squier mini Stratocaster, and my dad brought in this old distortion unit or effects processor unit, and all these different presets. I remember there was one called Van Halen.
Oh yes, that's the first one I got to turn on.
I think it was a GE87. It's still in my living room.
That's funny.
And it was the first time I played through Overdrive, and I felt the same thing that I felt when I heard records.
Wow.
So there was something in me all this time that never had to learn theory, that never had to play gigs. And I just try to stay connected to whatever spirit essence that is. And when I play, especially now, because it's my whole life.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so I have to remember that there's a part of me that's not of this world that can connect with music and use music as a way to communicate both to myself and to other people. And it's a very sacred part internally. It's the part that Victor Wooten refers to in his books, or Kenny Warner refers to in Effortless Mastery, and also like what Stephen Pressfield talks about, or it's the same thing Ram Dass and Alan Watts talk about. It's not even a thing I have to practice. It's just a thing if I'm lucky enough, I'll just remember to tell myself to have fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just really. Or just fly blind to it, you know?
Dude, yes. I
Just
always
fun.
think that way too. And you'll listen back to when you're not thinking about things. And you'll go, yeah, it probably wasn't that great. Or you'll think, you know, oh, I'm sure it was okay. And then you'll go, wait a minute. My whole guard was down.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have, it was almost like my ego went away. And I was just playing. And all of a sudden you go, what was that? Like I just, you know what I mean? Like you flow in and out. And
Everyone who has any form really that they create within and do it over periods of their life where they change. So you have a vessel, a form, a platform in which you're persistently sacrificing and contributing to and expressing yourself within, yet you change. So I never had kissed a girl when I first played guitar. You know what I mean?
Kiss the Smoke on the Water tablature.
Hal
That's
Leonard
what I was up
all
to.
day long.
Oh, Hal Leonard, dude.
Yeah, dude,
Leonard
I was
looks
getting
like-
like
let's
McDonald's barbecue sauce. I'd be up in there eating chicken nuggets in my room, just let's go.
That is a good way to see it though, man, is like,
Every day is day one.
yeah.
That's good.
If you want it to be, it's hard for me sometimes because it's like we've done a lot of things that my dad says this. He was like, little Dan would have freaked out, you know? And it's like, it's such a blessing because it's like you can live in two realities at the same time. You can live in the reality of being a child to the music while also being a growing and developing person with the music simultaneously. And I feel like the best players, they play from a place of fun.
Yes.
And you can just feel that.
Yes.
Like you don't have to learn it. I'm getting goosebumps just saying it.
True.
Like you hear Louis Armstrong play, you're like, oh man, you know? And it's almost like the suffering in their lives, they like had to surrender to the fun in them because it gave them all that. It gave them a real moment of overcoming the world.
Think about you guys, like even when we talk about, oh, I use this tone or I use this guitar or this pedal and all this stuff. At the end of time, it's just tools to say things. So
I sure
like,
do love this one though.
Yeah, you're like, but I really like
I love it, Telly. I really.
But you know what I mean? It's like, it's one of those things where it's like just getting out of your own way or just getting out of the way of whatever and just do it. You
just
know?
do it.
Don't be afraid.
There.
It's here.
I think about it all the time when I'm on stage. It's also, the first time I ever felt the feeling was when I heard that Paradise City guitar solo. The intro.
Yeah.
And then the solo. Like whatever is going on there, it's like crazy, you know. Like the big the Stevie slide down. I heard it. That was one thing that was happening, but I felt it.
Yeah.
You know, and then the desire arose of like, how can I generate that feeling for myself with my own fretboard?
Still, there's times when I'll put something on I haven't heard in years from when I was a kid, and I go, "Holy shit, it's better than I remember."
Yeah.
Or you hear it different. And
Right.
you go,
Both.
You're like,
Voodoo Child Slight Return came on. I just fast forwarded to when
Yeah.
they go on the ride cymbal. And
Yeah.
then
That was the same with me. I would just fast forward and yellow and black CD player, and all my CDs ended up skipping because I would just rewind them back to, and it was going, and then back to the solo and listen to that until I fell asleep.
we did All Along the Watchtower at Warren Haynes Christmas Jam in Nashville in December.
Cool.
And Dwayne Trucks and Kevin Scott and I were doing a trio set.
cool.
You know,
Love Kevin.
That I love Kevin.
Yeah, he rips.
Yeah, and
You
he's
jam with Kevin.
Yeah.
oh, you have?
Incredible.
He's ferocious. Like he's
a monster.
he's
like a bear.
He was dialed way back for our show, but
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just like, he was like, I could do anything I want if I wanted.
Yeah, he's almost like a muscle car. He's like, just hit the ignition, baby, and like, boom.
You want to shift gears, it's gonna be loud.
that 8x10 on its side on stage. It was like.
That's cool.
I listened to All Along the Watchtower, and it'd been, you know, years, and I went and listened, you know, and it got me down listening to like Rainbow Road with Hendrix, and like it'd been a little while since I just had a cup of coffee, sat outside and listened to Hendrix. And like at least since like the wired headphone days, you know, it was like years ago in middle school, you know.
Yes.
And it's like, man, it was hearing him again, what felt like the first time, and it felt just like it did the first time I did. It's like certain players make you feel ways that like only they do.
This is still like top, but for different reasons. And you've been through a different life, and you have different. You know what I'm trying to say?
Especially since that music tends to be the music that taught you a lot of your, it's an influence on you. So you can. Look, let's jam a little Watchtower if you want.
Oh yeah.
Just a little vamp on that.
Oh Lord.
It was all that watchtowering.
Dude, he went full Hendrix on it,
You
dude.
watched the tower.
You know, same deal of that minor and major, third discourse happening.
Look, I'm stealing the liquor.
Please, yeah.
Oh.
With that suspended 4.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
All the. That's kind of that same vibe. It's cool. I love that stuff.
And it's all existent everywhere. Like,
That lick you did in the beginning, it was like
Oh,
a
yeah.
counterpoint.
yeah, so that's all
That's
Jerry
like a tongue
Reed. And,
twister.
yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah. It's like a.
By itself, every note is wrong. If you just play them by itself,
I know.
and
When you
then
play
but
it-
you play it in succession, it's
Yeah,
It's
beautiful.
like
you go, that's
caviar.
amazing.
Yeah, it's a little like a bit like anchovies or something. When you're young, it's probably nothing you like, and like as you get older, the palate sophisticates a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
To enjoy.
I can
that.
handle all that salt now.
The Bonnet Scratcher. Did Joe bring that over?
Yeah, the bonnet scratcher, dude.
The
He actually-
blues rock back scratcher.
I mean, come on.
You
bro.
have to play.
You gotta, I'll let you use it before you go if you got an itch.
That's so funny.
He's got like
That's so hilarious.
You
someone
scratch
sent me
your
his
back
web
and you
store.
gotta.
awesome.
and
We have Cosmic Country socks too.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
What's the vibe of
Yeah.
them?
USA made socks.
That's cool. Are you wearing them?
Right? No, I don't.
I wish you. All of a sudden you go. Let's go.
So what's on the agenda for you going forward, man? What's coming up?
We're doing the second leg of our winter tour, starting with 3 nights in Raleigh, North Carolina. In a
3 nights in the same place, or
yeah.
that's awesome, dude.
It's
That's
very
some
fun.
real fans to
Yeah.
do that. That's great.
We've been playing there a number of years now. And,
Yeah.
we got Outlaw Country Cruise we're doing. That'll be fun.
Cool.
Yeah, it's Cosmic Country we're starting to venture out into different opportunities that are we're always just so focused on what we do with our headlining tours that there's different parts of the year, you know, where you do festivals. When you're a band our size, you know, there's more flex. There's more like plasticity in the summer to do different things. So we're going on the road with Molly Tuttle for a couple of shows, 8 shows, and then Marty Stewart as well.
Killer.
Fabulous in his fabulous superlatives
Amazing.
with Cousin Kenny and Chris Scruggs and Handsome Harry. And we also have Camp Cosmic coming up at the Caverns for 2 nights, our 3rd year.
Oh, cool. Underground, those caves.
Yeah.
A little ways away. That's
Down
really
in
cool.
Pelham there. And we're playing the Beacon Theater
Wow.
on April 4th, 2 days from my 31st birthday.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks. And, you know, just putting out, we got 2 records coming out this year. Trying to find the balance of, I want to get back to being a student of the guitar in a more disciplined way than I was when I was really young. I wouldn't do this now, but I used to do like the Steve Vai 30-hour workout. And
Did you finish it?
oh yeah.
Freak Show XS.
Dude, I remember that in the magazine. I was like, I'm going to do it. I get like 7 hours. And
I went to like the 4th chromatic one, and by then I was like, ugh.
It's stretching here. So I'm trying to study like some Ted Green chords right now.
Oh,
and
cool.
Do all that. And so a lot's coming up, you know, a lot of things. Both.
It's just continuing, man.
Yeah, just continue.
What are your favorite Ted Green? My favorite Ted Greens, I learned the drop 2s from him. And then you can go up.
Gorgeous.
Oh, that's brilliant.
This one, though, it's a
What is that,
major
an E
7th
minor?
chord, but it sounds minor.
Right.
So I use this one a lot for,
Hold up,
you know,
Tyler. What are
whatever
you
I
doing
wanna
there,
do.
brother?
It's a power chord, E power chord. And then this
That's
is
gorgeous.
it's an E.
Natural 6th, or is
E
it
power
a
chord.
C major
Or-
7th?
I was about to say, it's a C
It's sort
major
of an E
seven.
minor with
That's
the
the thing.
6th,
Right.
but it depends.
Bro, if you walked on stage though, you just went, and then you come on. That's the vibe setter, dude.
That is a vibe setter.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it just sets you. Your mind just goes where it goes.
A big one on a very basic level for me was, as opposed to, was the Clapton.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was-
Dropping that.
On that F sharp all day. That's Royal Albert Hall Crossroads right there
I started to do too with
the Western shirt.
I think I got it from like Leslie West or somebody, but they would do this drop. You guys can tell me. So like E7, right? You go.
Oh, great.
You know what I'm saying? With that drop in the bass. Yeah. But I hear that and I go.
Joe does that too. That's part of the.
Yeah.
He's all about it. And then the Clapton or the Johnson stuff he does.
That's a whole vibe too, dude.
Another vibe. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh,
Appreciate
yes,
it, Jared. Thank you, Tyler.
Great, dude.